after school?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Austin, it's Grandma. Hey, your pizza is ready, and Grandpa says it's okay if you want to bring it downstairs.
Hello. Hey, Sean.
Hey, hi.
Can you, how's the volume? Can you hear me better this time?
I can. Your picture's rotated though. I gotta figure out how to straighten
You're
it.
sideways. There you are.
Yeah.
Well, I'm often sideways, but
Oh, there you go.
all right. All right, now can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you well.
Hi, Bob. Okay.
Oh,
I'm out of the den and into the living room. Oh, but am I up and down? Am I the correct? Am I
You
straight up?
are. I'd rather hear you well and look at you sideways, but both are good right now.
Ah.
Well, you got a quorum. Anybody hear from Joan or Mark, maybe?
Not.
yeah, it's not. Is it 6 o'clock yet?
Yeah, but
I know Joan will be here. She came. I talked to her earlier. I don't know about Mark.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, Joe.
Okay.
oh, here you are.
Different format. They keep changing the format on this. We got enough to start.
Great.
3. Okay. So would you please take the roll?
Sure. Joan Eaton.
Here.
Sean Platt.
Here.
Cindy Neely. Betsy Blakesley.
Here.
Mark Reynolds. Bob Hamilton.
Here.
Danzer.
Here.
Okay. And can we get approval of the agenda tonight? Does anybody have anything to add?
I move that we approve the agenda as is.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Do we have anybody?
Aye.
Do we have anybody on for audience business? No.
I don't believe we do have anybody for audience business. Nobody's checked in.
Okay, good. And so first up is April and Jules Tomasi, 1774 Main Street.
We're here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just see your names. I didn't see your picture. Okay. So if you'll state your name and address and just describe briefly your project for us.
April and Jules Tomasi, 1774 Main Street. We would like to put a she shed in the backyard for my garden stuff.
Okay. And is this picture the actual one that you're looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think when Kent came over to double check the setbacks, he also took the schematics that the builder has given me from Lowe's. I think you guys should have those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there was, yeah, okay, there they are. Yeah, those are the actual schematics.
So it's actually 96 square feet instead of 960 square feet, right?
Correct.
Because the application says 960.
Big shed.
Did I put a 0?
Yep.
Sorry.
Point there.
That's a pretty big she shed.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, so we've got our materials listed here. Did anybody have any questions or?
Did I see that it has you're putting up a wood in there? Is that right? Or did
I guess I didn't hear that. I didn't hear all that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a wood floor going in there?
Yes,
That goes on top of the concrete slab or,
yes.
okay.
Oh, Joel's wanted me to say it's treated skids and then sitting on the concrete.
Okay.
What's the roofing material? Is it just shingles?
Yeah, it'll be shingles.
I mean, the shed looks fine to me. It's got overhangs and, you know, the materials look appropriate.
Nicely poured.
You ready for some sightings?
Sure.
I've got book 3, chapter 14, page 100, 1A, new accessory structures. It's located an accessory structure to the rear of the lot, which it is. 1B, construct the accessory structure such that it is subordinate to the primary structure, which it is, now that it's not 900 square feet. 1C should be similar in character, those seen traditionally, basic rectangular form with gable or shed roofs. 1D, maintain the traditional range of building materials, which is, you know, painted wood. That's D1, and D2 is utilitarian. Uh, 1E, maintain simple detailing. And I think that should cover it.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve this application.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And against? All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Ew.
Okay. Next we have Judith Spader, Stephen Canetto, 809 Biddle Street.
I'll recuse myself.
Okay. And is someone on for them or are you doing this?
I'll do it.
Okay. So if you'll state their name. and address.
Well, we'd like to put in off-street parking off of Main Street. We were asked to have a plat plan drawn, and we drew one up and submitted it. Of the location and size of the parking area.
Mhm.
It's 12 by 20 and it's in the
Northwest corner.
west corner.
Go to the next one down. Kent, please. There you go.
So you're just going to make it basically a rectangular 12 by 20, or are you going to do the gravel bulge off to the side?
As of right now, I just know about doing the rectangle.
Okay.
And there is an existing stone path there that goes there. There's a front gate right in the middle of that front on Main Street. It goes to that point at this as of right now.
And what will it be made of? Like what kind of is this? What kind of cement or stone or what?
It's going to be gravel.
Gravel?
Gravel with we were going to get boulders, 18 to 24 inch boulders for around the perimeter.
So no concrete.
No concrete. And we're not there's a lilac right in the corner where the neighbor's fence and their front fence meet. There's a lilac there that will have to be taken out. But other than that, that's the only large plant that would be taken out. Everything else is just grasses.
How does the neighbor feel about taking that out?
I haven't asked. It's pretty much overgrown from theirs.
So it's not their lilac.
It's basically the neighbor's lilac, but it's way overgrown through the fence, and so we were just going to trim it back.
Okay.
So you're trimming the lilac. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
basically. I should say rather than removing it.
I would.
Get back to its own side of the fence.
So you're going to trim it back to the property line or close to it?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody have sightings or?
So there's no trees or there's a big boulder in the front. We're not removing any of that.
Is there a fence that goes across the front now?
Yes, there is a fence that goes across the front.
So that's going to be removed or shortened or opened or something's going to happen?
Just where the parking area is, we'll take it out.
What does the fence look like?
It's a white wood picket fence. It's probably about 3.5, 4 foot tall.
So will you put a defining post there at the end? In other words, when you get to the driveway entrance?
I think there's a post there now, right about where we were gonna take it out to. So we probably aren't gonna add any posts.
You're not going to add a gate or anything?
No,
Okay.
not that I've been told.
Okay, anybody got sightings? So was there just on the street parking there, Sean? They just parked on the street before?
Yes, and they parked on Biddle Street.
Yeah, okay.
But the short-term rental requires an off-street parking space.
Do they already have their permit?
For the short term, yes,
Okay, but this was contingent on it.
correct.
Okay. So does anybody have anything? I'm thinking we may need to add something at some point that well, I don't know, we don't demand off-street parking for everyone, but you know, parking for this particular case is necessary. There's certainly plenty of room. It's in a good spot.
So I just had 3 grandchildren here for 2 weeks. I can't find my book. I am not a team player today on the sightings. I apologize for that. I've been looking everywhere for this thing, but it'll.
Well, I could see how they were interested in sneaking off and reading it. So it'll turn up.
Chaos at the moment. But
All
it
right.
was nice to have them.
So we are book 2.
Oh, looks like it's under chapter 6, article 6. Let me see if I can find what page that's on.
Okay.
54.
55. It's actually 55.
Page 55.
Yep.
Yes.
What have we got?
Actually, you know, 6A, it says avoid parking in the front yard. And since the address is actually on Griffith, this would be considered the backyard, even though it is on Main Street. I think we should maybe put that statement in there and reference that's why we're approving it.
Okay, it's on Biddle, but
It's
Well,
actually Biddle.
yeah, but the street. Okay, yeah.
So what do you want me to say? Sort of exactly?
6, the citing is page 55, book 2, 6 residential parking, garages and driveways, A1. And then clarify that the address is on Biddle Street, and the lot runs all the way through to Main Street. We're approving parking just off of Main Street, since it's a through lot, which is technically the backyard. Something like that.
Okay.
Think of
You're
something.
good, Susan. You'll get it.
I'll think of something.
Okay, no garage. So everything else is about garages basically. So,
Yeah.
and the materials are definitely appropriate. So. On page 56, we've got E. E1, exposed aggregate, concrete, gravel, brick, or chip, and then I think that'll do it. We good?
Mhm.
Okay, anybody got a motion?
I move that we approve the application with the sightings noted.
I second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, one sec here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll join the meeting.
Okay, unrecusing. And then next we have Marvin Geisness.
Unrecusing.
Lot 5 on 814 Main Street. Okay, and I think I was not here the first time this one came through. Did you guys already review this one time?
I think so.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just digging through my paperwork here.
The ashtray over there.
And is anybody on for them?
This is Mark. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi, hi, Marv. Yeah, we got you.
I'm glad I was on there for a minute. I thought I wasn't going to be able to talk.
I just watch it. I saw Jen's note pop up, but I wasn't sure who she was adding. So,
And I think Tom Peterson is on as well.
Yep, I'm here too. If you can hear me or see me.
Oh yeah, we got you. Okay. All right. So this was reviewed one time. Yes.
No, this is our first time in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. You missed 1 week. You get all behind. All right. So if you'll state your name and the address, and then tell us what we're looking at tonight here.
Marvin Geisness, Washington Mill Site, address 917 2nd Street, Georgetown, Colorado. The site is Lot 5 of the Washington Mill site on Main Street. I think addresses have been assigned, but I can't keep them straight, but it's Lot 5.
Okay.
And Tom Peterson?
Yeah. Yep. Do you need my info too?
Well,
Tom will be helping with the presentation. He's done the architectural design, the lot layout. I believe Craig Abrahamson at some point is going to try to be in on this call as well if there are engineering questions.
Okay.
I am on. I'm just audio only.
Okay. Hi, Craig. So we're looking at the lot only, basically.
No, we're looking at the design of a house on Lot 5. It is you have some pretty detailed materials that were presented about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so that's what I don't have. But everybody else has those or has seen those?
I have them.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them.
Okay.
You got the elevations and the floor plan and all that stuff, so.
Okay, great. So I'll take notes here. And so where are we starting?
So I wanted to ask an overall question. As we continue, as you continue to build these various houses in this location, and I did drive by and walk around a little. Is it possible for us to get some kind of a aerial view that shows where all these houses are going to be, where the front doors are?
Yes, we submitted that to Jennifer Yosky last week. She asked for that material and we submitted it.
And I do have that one. Did you not get that one this week, Betsy?
That was in everybody's packet. I'm happy to screen share it if y'all would like.
Okay. Yeah, it's the site plan for the whole development, Betsy. It's folded in half.
Well, I know that Jennifer is very good about putting all these papers in here.
I can try to find it and screen share it. I just need a second here.
I have it here, but what is happening on lot 1 and 2?
We're not before you today for lots 1 and 2. Those were platted back in the 1800s on the original town map.
Okay.
We'll be in to talk about those at a future time.
So there will be 2 houses on those 2 lots.
I'm not prepared to commit to what is going to be on those lots tonight. We're here to talk about lot 5.
And lot 5 is facing Main Street. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So, okay, thank you. Yes,
It's the southernmost lot of the subdivision that went through planning earlier this spring. You may note on there that there's a space between lot 5 and what is the Buckley house next door, and that space is attached to lot 3.
Actually, lot 6.
Or I'm sorry, yes, thank you, Craig. It's lot 6. That space is there for a view space for the house on lot 6. And it also provides a buffer to the Buckley house to the south.
okay.
There won't be anything built on that lower part of lot 6.
That is correct. It's not a buildable parcel.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. So Jennifer, do you have the actual house plans from last time that it was submitted?
This was the first submission, and yes, I've got the house plans.
Okay.
Tom, I don't know if you'd rather screen share, or if you want me to do it, I'm happy to do it. But
Yeah,
if you do it, then we can ask you questions as we go.
yeah, that would probably be easier for you to have control of that screen. Sure.
All right. So we can all be looking at the same page at the same time.
Let's see. Whoops. We've done that. Okay. Okay. Oh, there it says I'm sharing. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess might as well start with just the overview perspectives here. Just of Main Street. So if you're looking at straight on from Main Street, there's the front elevation. We have a 2-car garage set back to the back of the lot, and single family home. Let's see.
And that stone fence, you're putting in a stone like barrier fence. Is that right?
Say again. The stone, there'll be a little bit of retaining wall up front here to level out some front yard area and a front patio off the front. So there's a little bit of retaining wall we're anticipating with the grading there, as well as kind of how it steps up, up the sides and towards the back, as this is, as we've seen with the other houses, and especially with lot 4 that we reviewed last time, the back of that. Probably our best view of that is going to be on our north and south elevations. So this is the north elevation. So the driveway comes from Main Street over on this side, slopes up into the garage, and then again, the grade steps up and a retaining wall in the back.
And what retaining wall made from?
Boulders, all those rocks you saw out on the site. We'll be stacking up rocks. And these that are stepping up the side are, again, those are just one or two big boulders to kind of hide the foundation as it steps up to the back, is kind of how that's designed to be. And yeah.
Okay. Does somebody want to just start and kind of go through? We've got mass and scale. I'm still looking for my page to start on here.
If I could add, the windows are all going to be similar to what you have seen on previous submissions. In this case, they are 2/1 double hung windows in every case. The man door to the garage is on the side, not facing the street. We have 2 roof elevations. The color renditions that you see here are reasonably close to what in this particular case we'll be using, which will, the darker color in the back will help to reduce the impression of the size. But
Okay.
we are within the code limits on the foundation.
And on this one, really close to where the little pointer is right now, looks like under the front porch, I see a little window. Is that kind of a bay window that sticks out, or just the
That
side?
is correct. There'll be a bay
Okay.
window in the front to the, Tom, am I speaking correctly, to the left of the front door, both facing Main Street.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is this
Yeah,
is the
that-
main.
On the porch.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, this is straight on Main Street view, and yes, those windows you were just talking about are. This is a bay window that's underneath the porch roof.
It's shown pretty clearly on A10.
Yep.
I just saw it from the side there, and I figured that's probably what it was. So okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, there's the bay there too.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
We starting about page 64. Does somebody have anything before that? In book 2. I don't have a lot of room here to.
The only thing before that, you could get site stuff if you wanted.
Okay. Have you got it ready?
I haven't looked at it ahead of time, but sure.
Okay.
Because if we're starting on site stuff, that's page 48.
Okay.
Let's see, landscaping and site features. There's no existing plants that we're preserving, right?
Correct. Yeah, there's not much.
I didn't think
Certain
so.
rocks out there right now.
Yep. So just
Yeah,
read through
and
this.
the landscape plan in the front will include a number of aspen trees and some low-growing shrubs. That will all be done at the appropriate time. It'll be next spring, but we know in this case there will be aspen trees in the front, in the southwest corner.
Okay, so that works with the C and D, which is a new landscape and design use plant materials compatible with historic context, and D, plant materials that are adapted to Georgetown climate.
Okay.
Landscaping, let's see, somewhere in here, we're going to see a retaining wall. Let's see, where is that?
That's just a few pages over. I just saw it too. Walls on 50.
Yep, you're one page ahead of me. That's where retaining walls are.
Okay.
What's
we're-
the patio material?
What material?
The patio.
That is going to be either stamped concrete that is very reminiscent of the red flagstone all over town. And it would be what is used at the Sandra Dallas Bob Atchison house on Taos Street. It's a very attractive stamped concrete. It might also be the actual flagstone. We're still in the process of looking into that, but my guess is it will be very much like the Atchison house.
Okay. So that's the sandstone, not the red flagstone.
Well, it will be either concrete to mimic the red sandstone or the sandstone itself.
Okay.
It'll be
It will be red to look like the you know, the normal stuff around town.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, then in page 49, back in the landscaping, I appropriate patio materials, flagstone and stone.
Page
Other
40.
than I1, other materials may be considered on a case-by-case basis.
Mhm.
Okay. That's good. All right, we ready for 50?
And then 50, you got retaining walls.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, we're not over 4 feet, right?
Correct.
So E applies, then minimize the height of the retaining wall, make it less than 4 feet. So we're good with E. And then D right above it, for new retaining walls, use materials similar to those seen historically. So we're using natural rock or stone.
That's
So we're good
D1.
there. That's
Okay.
D1, yes.
Okay.
So that covers the retaining walls. No fence or gate, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Cool.
Sidewalks. So when we say sidewalk, in this case, it's only interior. You're not doing a sidewalk on the street. So is there actually any sort of sidewalk here besides the driveway?
Not
Not real.
contemplated at this time, no. There is
Okay.
not, and no sidewalk on the street.
Okay, okay. So we'll let that roll.
Exterior lighting, all the full cutoff and dark sky requirements.
Correct.
That'd be page 54, which is just minimize like 54. Let's go with 5A, which is simple in character. 5B, minimize visual impacts of site and architectural lighting.
Yeah, so we just have light fixtures kind of outside each door, one between the garages, one around the corner to the man door, one on this side of the house on the north side by that man door, and one by the front door here.
Yep, just all the standard locations.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Meeting code and the down light for dark skies.
Yep.
Cool.
So when we did the previous house, I believe Cindy said that we needed to include a sentence that just said that this house complied with the other requirements that have been indicated by the committee on the other houses. I mean, it looks like everything is pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
consistent, but we want to say that sentence again, don't you think, Joe?
Okay, so there's nothing about this house that's outstandingly different than any of the others? No
Correct.
strange material or anything else being introduced that's not already going to exist on that block or that neighborhood?
Correct.
Okay.
And the door to the garage is on the side. The door is perfect.
Mhm.
Well, the garage doors are in the front,
Oh, I know, but the door to,
the man door.
The man door, yeah.
is that M-A-N? Is that what is man door?
It's
Yep, just a person door, maybe more politically correct, we'll call it a person door.
I came, I couldnn't go through that door. Is that what that man door is?
It's a people door. You're welcome to go through it. The future owner.
Person door, yeah.
Okay.
So back to your statement, Betsy, I'm putting all materials and style elements in keeping with existing
Approved
yeah.
structures in this.
In Washington mill site.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say? Materials and style what?
All materials and style elements in keeping with approved structures in Washington Mill. So the previously approved ones.
Oh, yeah.
No wild cards here.
Is there any issue with the patio and the little pergola being in the front yard?
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know where you'd put it on this, and these lots are tight, so.
Well, on the porches part, you know, it says they encourage a front porch and an area. So it depends on what you're going to call it, maybe. But I think
Well, we have the front porch, and
yeah.
that's fine.
But the little seating area, I think it adds to the gardenscape, and if anything, it's a more homey distraction from the garage side. So
Yeah, and it's probably going to end up being a support structure for, I don't know, vines or something. Is a possibility.
Yes, that is the idea, and also realize the aspen trees will be around the front and toward the south side of that to soften its appearance. And while you probably don't care, it will be stained a darker color, not to stand out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
plus it's all open space to the right of it on lot 6. So that
Right.
you all probably stay pretty natural there.
Okay. So we got so on page 55, we've got parking, garages, and driveways. And how about 6D? And D2, or even D1.
These are wood-clad garage doors, right?
Yes.
Cool. So yep, D1 and D2 would apply.
Okay. And that gets that part of that. And then
Tom or Marvin, how many of the lots were 2-car garages and how many were 1-car garage?
This is the only project on Main Street with a 2-car. The others are 1-car. There is a 2-car garage on Biddle Street on lot 6 under construction now. And that garage is turned away from the street.
Okay.
And lot 8 had a 2-car that faces Biddle. Yeah. That's the first one we reviewed.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And lot 6 is really like an oversized 1-car, I think, on that one, if I
think that one was too.
My recollection.
Okay.
So it's not a row of houses with garages all the same on them. It's different, broken up.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
By design.
And they're all set back from the front.
Yep. On page 56, E, paving materials that will minimize the impact of a driveway will have on a streetscape. And E1, exposed aggregate, concrete, gravel, brick, or chip seal are appropriate paving materials.
And we have the exposed aggregate has been approved on the other lots on this area. So I'm assuming that's what we would go with, the Georgetown color and the brush, the light aggregate. Bob, Tom and Marvin, did you get a message from Bob that he had talked to the concrete guy about that?
Yeah, and I never got any definitive answer back from him either.
Oh, okay. So we were just trying to be a little consistent in what we're asking for so that, you know.
I think it's just a matter of getting a good contractor that can take a look at what's around town here and come up with.
Okay. So nothing too drastic, but just not a smooth concrete surface.
And I believe
it should pretty much mimic the, sorry, go ahead, Marv.
Yeah, in a previous meeting, Cindy had mentioned look at what's on the curbs downtown. And I've done that. I've walked every block and it looks like a fairly fine sand mix on the surface, but just, a brownish red color. And that's fine. If you want You tell us what you want. If you want something different than what I see downtown on our curbs.
I don't know if it was the curbs. I know the Presbyterian Church was one, wasn't it, Sean, that has the exposed aggregate? I mean, we want something durable, so we don't want it to be too brushed away. We want the surface to still be fairly solid, but just not have a glossy or shiny concrete, surface, which is also safer to not be slick.
Yeah, it won't be a smooth trowel finish. The exposed aggregate, I think, is where we landed on, after that initial, for all the meetings, like say that Cindy mentioned. And
yeah,
I think the best example of that is the sidewalks down Argentine are an exposed aggregate, and I believe those are the Davis color.
The new ones.
Yeah, the newer sidewalks down Argentine.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like kind of a pebbly. It looks like kind of looks like a gravel, but it's a hard surface.
Yeah. Okay, so
if you look at the bike path on Argentine, and then you look at the sidewalk across the street, they're definitely different.
The new one they just put in there is not an exposed aggregate. I noticed that too and was wondering how that happened.
Yeah, and I looked at the gutters down by Strauss Park, and quite frankly, they look like they're just worn. They don't look like exposed aggregate to me. They're very, very fine in areas where they're rough and areas where they're not rough. I think that we probably ought to take a walk around town at some point and identify a couple of areas that look like what we'd love to see.
Yeah.
And, locking on those.
We can do the same too and present a picture of what we're anticipating.
Yeah.
To make sure it matches what you're anticipating.
Bob, if you'd like to do that and let us know what you feel is the appropriate thing. We have a very good concrete contractor, and I think we can do what you want. We just need to know what it is.
Okay. And we would like for them to be consistent, in that whole area. So
yes.
It'd be nice to come up with kind of the definitive of what we're shooting for. So
I'll go ahead and walk around and take some pictures.
Bob, I'd love to walk
the
around.
next DRC meeting, and we can decide what we want to do.
Okay, and I wouldn't mind doing that too. So if you want to just reach out to Betsy and I and let us know when's a good time.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do that.
This is Craig. So I've worked on the Argentine Street project, both north and south of 11th.
Yeah.
And if you look at those sidewalks, they're actually a different level of exposed ag, north and south. And we actually tried to lighten it up to the south of 11th because we felt like the stuff north of 11th was a little bit too heavy, a little bit too exposed, in conversation with Cindy when we were kind of outlining those projects. So we actually have the precise procedure for accomplishing what is south of 11th Street there. We worked with ESI on that. So we can nail that one down pretty tightly because there's a fairly specific procedure for it.
Okay.
So just let us know relative to that. We can kind of adjust from that area that's south of 11th Street.
And was Cindy happy with that?
I think she was. It's a little bit inconsistent because, again, we were trying some different things.
Sure.
But the lighter exposed ag was what we were shooting for. The stuff north of 11th is a little bit heavy. It's a little bit hard to maintain, I think.
Yeah.
It's heavy enough that the snow actually catches in between the aggregate, which was not what we were shooting for.
Okay.
So we can probably figure this out. And when Cindy gets back from Paris, we'll have to get her affirmation, right?
Yeah.
I noticed she didn't zoom in tonight. Wow. She must be busy. So Bob, do you still want to take a look at that and see if that's what we're kind of all thinking, or?
Yeah, I could take some pictures so that we have something we can talk about. And
okay.
I like what Craig has, because you've got more than pictures, you've got a specification.
All right, I'll just stop and take a look at it myself then and see if we can all kind of agree that that looks like the ultimate goal there.
And one more thing, just to let you know, and then Tom, you asked about why is it smooth on the other side? That's intended to be a bike path on the west side of Argentine. So for bikes, that exposed aggregate obviously is not as preferred, so.
Yeah,
Or
gotcha.
I would hope you guys wouldn't prefer that for the bike path, so, you know.
I prefer them to ride on the bike path instead of the middle of the street, but okay. So we'll come to an agreement here on what the finished surface on all this concrete, what we're shooting for, and go with that. So I'll just make a note. I think we've got notes on all of them about that. Okay. Don't have any public, no service areas. Your utilities on the side, on the back, on the roof. Tom?
I'm sorry, say again. I heard utilities. I missed the.
You just zoned out.
I missed the question.
So yeah, so this is service areas, which doesn't really apply, but the utilities are anything on the roof, or is it all in the back? It's going to be shielded.
Yeah, nothing on the roof. We've got a gas meter on the side here, which will put some landscaping buffer in there. And I think the location of the electric panel is anticipated to be here next to the driveway, which will be painted to match the siding of the building.
Okay.
Tom, let me just ask this question.
Yep.
We do have an interior gas, high efficient fireplace, and I believe there will be one small vent on the roof that is painted the color of the shingles.
Yeah, that shows up. Yeah, so it's just rather than a full on.
A3.1.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, so which is essentially as a gas fireplace, it's essentially like a it's an appliance flue. It's a gas flue. It doesn't need to extend, way above the roof like a wood burning chimney would. But so yeah, that'll be there and painted to match the shingles. Thanks, Marv.
So I've got 9A and A6.
You're still on page 56?
That was page 58, sorry. So page 58, 9A and A6.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So I don't see anything till page 64. Does somebody else want to kind of scan through? On page 64, 1, architectural character, let's say B, avoid stylistic ornamentation that confuses the history of Georgetown. Not much to preserve.
Page 67.
Okay.
4, directional emphasis. It should be 4A1 in B, 4B.
Okay. Okay, on the roof, everything I have says preserve. Are we just going with that as?
I mean, yeah, it's a new house, but it's a gabled roof.
Okay. So on 5A, B, no skylights.
Correct.
Okay. Let's go to on page 68, doors, windows, and other openings. 26.
Really, everything up to like J is dealing with existing stuff.
You could do C,
Yeah, I was looking at that.
maintain original window and door proportions.
And how about subdivisions? Do we have divided lights?
Yes, so D,
Okay. We use the broad toppings on these.
Yes, on page 70, I. I1, buildings should have a defined front entrance.
Okay. Facing the street.
Yeah.
Yep.
I2, I3. J1. J2.
Okay.
add J in there too.
Okay. Okay, page 71, porches, awnings, decks, and patios.
I guess 7B, avoid enclosing porches.
Okay. D, okay, on page 72D, that's what we were looking for.
Yep. D1,
Uh-huh. And then F.
I think I would go with F1 also,
Yeah, okay.
since they're not sure which way they're going.
Okay, that's that. Building foundations. So I would say 8B.
Good.
And do we have much exposed foundation on this one? We don't really, do we? In the back?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Right.
Are you putting a material on any exposed foundation?
It
On
would
this
be
one?
native rock.
Rock on, okay. So that's C, 8C.
And you were still on page 72 there?
That was 73, I'm sorry. No chimney, stovepipe is not really a stovepipe. I think we already got that on. I think we already got that on utilities for the colored to match. And then materials on page 76. don't know. This all looks like,
Oh, it's like repairing.
is there a new material? Oh, here we go. Page 81. I'm sorry, guys. Um, 5A.
A1.
B.
B2.
Okay. Do we have newer or synthetic materials on this? Well, we do. So let's go ahead and do D.
Hardy board is
Yeah. So D1. Okay. I think that's good. We've seen all the materials at this point, I believe. And then let's go on page 82, E or F, I mean. And then 6 roof materials.
I think C.
Okay. And E on page 83. For gutters. Okay, no additions. I think
What's the roof on the porch? A 10, okay. Never mind, I got it.
Is it shingle or metal?
It's metal.
Okay, so we got a siding for that, I do believe.
Yeah.
D. D1.
D2.
Okay, so got it.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? So for notes, not stipulations necessarily, because these are in the plans already, the patio would be flag or a stamped to look like flag material. Dark sky ordinance will be followed. All materials and style elements are in keeping with the approved structures already approved in Washington Mill. And then the exposed aggregate driveway will be defined once and for all. And did anybody have anything else that they wanted noted on here? I don't really think any of these are stipulations, as they're all included in the plan. They're all agreed to. Okay. All right. Anybody have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve with statements stated.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Okay. Looks like it's in the books. So we will finally come to a resolution on the exact exposed aggregate that's going on. If anybody doesn't have any other comments, I think we're good here.
Great.
All right, thanks.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm coming over to go through that man door. You just need to know that.
We'll put a big W in front of it.
Well, person door is fine.
I've never before, so I thought
I've always heard it man door, but I always say
Yeah.
person door. Yeah.
Yeah. Person door, we'll try to keep that more politically correct. Here forward. Person door, people door.
Call that door a man door. Why don't you call the big one the car door then? That the car goes through.
Yeah.
Well, then you could walk through it. It's only for the car.
That's right. Okay, well, we'll have this ready for you there, and that's all we got. So we have some minutes, guys. Tom or Mark,
yeah.
anything else? Tom, you good?
I'm good. Thank you guys much.
All righty, thank you. Okay.
I wasn't there, but I have one correction to the minutes.
Okay.
Since I wasn't there, I didn't second them.
Okay.
that's
Who
very good.
seconded? Who seconded that?
Oh, which one?
It's
August
on.
26th.
Oh. Okay.
I have nothing for the minutes.
I don't see anything else. So I'm almost done. Okay, hey, I thought the library was going to come this time. No?
Yes. So they're doing a revised plan based on the work session that we had.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the status of the completion of that yet.
Okay, so they just weren't ready yet, I guess. So to finish up the minutes, we had one small change there. Do I hear a motion then?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
As changed?
As changed.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, anybody got anything else? I think we're done.
Great.
Okay. Then
Thank you so much.
let's adjourn. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
You.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Night, John Boy.
Bye.